All right, good morning and welcome to math class. So today what we're going to do is we are going to go over a different kind of measurement, and we are going to be using customary units of capacity, and this is kind of fun. It is going to be using the kingdom of gallon. So if you look right here, it says, once in a kingdom of gallon, there lived 4 queens. Each queen had a prince and a princess in her castle, and each prince and princess had 2 cats. So if you notice, you're seeing the word gallon. And so that is the unit of capacity that we're going to be using to measure. Okay, and so we're looking at gallons, and this is a customary unit of measurement, and we're going to learn about all the different parts of a gallon and what all can fit into a gallon. All right, so once in the kingdom of gallon, there lived 4 queens. So queens is going to be important. Each queen had a prince and a princess in her castle. Each prince and princess then had 2 cats. That's really important. Okay. All right. Now we have a problem in the kingdom of gallon, and we need Mrs. Van Wert's class to help solve the problem. A king from another castle has come over in the middle of the night and turned off the water line. There is no water in the castle of Gallon. Our job is to get the water to each member of the castle before they get dehydrated and get sick. Makes sense. But before we bring the water, we must know how much to bring. We're going to have to use 4 different buckets to carry it in. I have a friend that is a plumber that can help us. He knows a lot about water and will know how much we will need. But first, we must show him the members in the castle of Gallon so he can tell us how much water each member needs. All right, so if you have a piece of paper, if you want to draw the kingdom of Gallon, that is wonderful. Okay, so in one color, draw the kingdom of Gallon, and you can see that the kingdom of Gallon is one giant G, and the G stands for gallon. Now you're going to draw the 4 different queens. Okay, so the kingdom of Gallon has 4 queens, so you want to draw 4 Q's inside your G, inside your gallon. And then remember, now to draw the prince and the princess, because each queen has 1 prince and 1 princess. So you have your kingdom of Gallon, your big G. Within the kingdom of Gallon, you have 4 queens. And then within each queen, there is a prince and a princess. So you should have 1 G, 4 Q's, and 2, 4, 6, 8, because 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 P's in your kingdom of Gallon. Now remember, now you have to do the cats, because we remember that each prince and each princess each had 2 cats. So you have 8 times 2, so you should have 16 cats in the kingdom of Gallon. 2 cats for this princess, 2 cats for this prince, and so on. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. So you have 4 groups of 4, which is 16, or 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2, which is 16. So you should have 1 gallon, 4 Q's within the gallon, 8 P's within the gallon, and 16 C's within the gallon. Okay, so take a look at our helper here. This is our helper. There's our gallon with our 4 queens, our 8 prince and princesses, and our 16 cats. All right. For measurement of liquids, you measure in gallons, quarts, pints, and cups. So you have gallon, you have 4 quarts, you have 8 pints, and 16 cups inside of a gallon. That is called the measuring of capacity. The capacity to hold something, how much it can fill. So there are how many quarts in a gallon? So you go over to your kingdom of gallon and you look at all the quarts. So we have 1 quart. Let's see if I can get my pen to work. We have 1. It's not working here. We have 1 quart. No, it's not working at all. I'm sorry. All right, so we have 1, 2. Oh, I'm sorry. We're doing quarts. I'm so sorry. 1, 2, 3, and 4 quarts. So we have our 4 quarts right here. So there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. There are 4 quarters in a dollar. There are 4 quarters in an hour. So there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. There are how many pints in a gallon? Well, we know, remember, every queen had 2 prince and princesses, 2 pints. The P's were the pints. The prince and princesses were the pints. So there are 4 queens or 4 quarts with 2 quarts having 2 pints or 1 queen having 2 pints. So we have 4 groups of 2. So 4 times 2 is, hopefully you see that there are 8. And then there were, how many cups are there? Well, for every quart, there were 4. And there were 4 quarts. So 4 times 4 is, hopefully you're getting the answer to that. Or you could do, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 plus 4 is 8. And then 8 plus 4 is 12. And then 12 plus 4 is 16. So hopefully you came up with 16 cups. So you had a queen that had 2 prince or princess, and then you had each prince or princess having 2 cats, and that happened 4 times. Eight quarts is equivalent to how many gallons? So now we're going to do some conversions. So if we want to take 8 quarts, and we don't want to carry 8 quarts, we want to carry how many gallons? So we want to know how many quarts are in a number of gallons. So we know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 quarts in 1 gallon. Okay, so we know that there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. 4, I don't know why my pen's not working. Quarts equals 1 gallon. Okay, so if we know 4 quarts equals 1 gallon, then we add another 4 because we know if we have 8 and we take away 4, that leaves us 4 more. So that would hopefully reflect that you figured out that you could have 2 gallons. Okay, 4 quarts, 1, 2, 3, 4 fills 1 gallon, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 fills another gallon. All right, how many cups are there in 2 quarts? So if you look at the picture, there's 1 quart, and we know every quart or queen has a prince and a princess, and each prince and princess has 2 cats. So this queen has 4 cats. So this quart has 4 cups. So they want to know 2 quarts, blank cups in 2 quarts. So here's 1 quart, here's 2 quarts, and if you count up to 4, 6, 8. So hopefully you got that there were 8 cups in 2 quarts. The next one asks for how many cups are in 3 pints. So we got to go to the P's, our prince and princesses. So there's 1 pint, 2 pint, 3 pint. And they want to know how many cups are in the pint. So we know there are 2 cups in every pint. So there's 2, 4, 6. And then how many pints are in 1 gallon? So here's our kingdom of gallon. P stands for pints. We know there are 2, 4, 6, 8 pints in a gallon. There are 8 pints in a gallon. The kingdom of gallon is a lot of fun. Come up with 5 questions in your notebook for the class to answer. This we aren't going to do, but I did want you to just kind of see. So here is our kingdom of gallon. Here's our quarts. And in every quart, you can see that there are 2 pints. And then there are 2 cups in every pint. It's kind of fun. And you can make your kingdom of gallon. And I have one more way that I want to show you. Oh, here's a conversion for you. Okay, so when you're drinking like a pop or you're drinking a glass of juice or something, if you look, you'll see on the side of your beverage that it's usually fluid ounces. And this tells you fluid ounces is converted to 1 cup. So 8 ounces is 1 cup. So when your mom buys like a thing of sour cream, okay, and it's 1 cup, all right, it also probably says 8 ounces. So there's 16 ounces is 2 cups because 8 times 2 would be 16. So then obviously you would be able to see just stacking right up above. So you would have 8 ounces is 1 cup. 16 ounces is 2 cups. There's 2 cups, okay, in 1 pint. A C here and a C here. Remember, 2 cups or 2 cats in 1 pint. So you have 2 cups equals 1 pint. Now a quart, think of a quart. Here's your quart. You can see that it has 2 pints, and we know that 2 pints, okay, 2 pints right here would be 16 plus 16, which would be 32 ounces. 32 ounces, okay? How cool is that? And then a gallon has 4 quarts. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarts. And we know 1 quart has 32. So it'd be 32 times 4. 32 times 4. Oh, I wish my pen would work. 32 times 4. Let me see if I can get it to write on this one. No, it won't, but I'll do it here. 32 times, I messed that up. Okay, I inserted a blank page. So 32, if I could get it to work this time, 32 times 4. So we do 4 times 2 is, hopefully you got 8. And then 4 times 3 is 12. So you can see, if I go back, where they got their 128. So there's 128 fluid ounces because we had 32 with 2 pints. So 32 plus 32 plus 32 plus 32. That's 32 times 4, which is 128. Okay, so here's